All right, Flutists, students and wannabes. I'm back here for one more video, tip number 4. And then finally, we're gonna actually open the flute case this time and have a look at our instrument and do something with it. Wow. Okay, so why have we taken this long? Well, first we talked about stretching, video number 1, how important it is to stretch our body, to stretch our lungs, stretch our chest, our back, to have space for the lungs to expand. We talked in the second video about the difference between normal breathing, everyday breathing, and the breath that we have to take in and out in order to play the flute or any woodwind instrument, how they work opposite. Watch those videos if you missed them. And we talked about one first breathing exercise in that video, and on the third video we talk about 2 more extra exercises for breathing, all things that you must do and I advise you to do before even touch your instrument for your daily practice, your daily playing. I don't always say practice because it feels like something that you're obligated to do, so I like to say your daily playing, your daily fluting, having fun with it. So let's go, video now, getting the flute out of the case. So I'm gonna grab my flute here. So this is my flute. I'm lucky enough to have a very flute that I love so much, an alto's flute. Always been a fan of altos. As you know, I studied in England in the music conservatoire in Colchester, in Essex in England, and there alto's flute reigns supremely because it has our great Wannabes mechanism. And it's very famous. Many flutists in England use it, and it was my dream to have one, and finally I've got it, and I really do love it. This is a model that emulates the famous Louis Flute flutes from the 18th century. So they're very nice flute here, very beautiful. So first thing, actually, I'll go back in, take out the case, but you're gonna open it like pushing the keys to the side, right? And there we go, that's our instrument. And then when we open our case, we're gonna see that we have 3 parts, right? The main part is called the body of the flute. This part here with less keys is called the foot, that goes at the bottom of the body. And finally, this top part is the head joint, is where we blow in the tone hole or so-called blowhole. All right, so this is the flute. And then for this video, you're not even gonna assemble the flute. And it's not because I'm a very mean teacher. It's because we're gonna just use the head joint because that is going to be enough. Trust me. So let's go. Let's grab the head joint and close the rest. Goodbye. Put it aside. And that's it. So you got the flute head joint here. Everything happens in this little part. What do I mean by everything? When we blow the air into this hole, it breaks the air into waves that produce the vibrations necessary to get the tone of the flute. So the way that we blow into here and the angle that we do it, it's extremely important to be able to actually to get a sound, especially if you want to get a sound right to the bottom of the flute, closing all the keys. So what we need to do here, we need to have a very stable control of our breath that we've already practiced before even touching this, and of our embouchure, which is the shape that we make to blow into the instrument. So first you're gonna grab it like this, and you can also close it here so you don't get a too high sound. And you're gonna do this. This is the best way to do it. You're gonna close your lips, place underneath you here, right in the middle, and let your bottom lips come back. So again, you hold it in, place it here, right in the middle where you have this. Most people have this like this fitting here on our chin, this cavity, and then let it come back. You see, so when you let it come back, you're gonna notice you're gonna notice that your bottom lips is covering about 1/4 of the blowhole. Just right at the beginning. You don't want to have it here covering too much, and you don't want to have it here not covering enough. You want to have it here. There you go, see? Covering about 1/4. And then you're gonna do your best to keep the bottom lip there without pushing it back in. It has to be there, covering 1/4 of the hole, nice and relaxed. And then the rest of the work is gonna be mostly with the upper lip, the part of the top. So we're gonna take the breath in as we practiced before. 3 seconds enough, and then blow out like we practiced before with support and blowing down. And then you're gonna make a shape in your mouth similar to this. See, the bottom lip is still here. I didn't do this. I kept it here, and I'm just bringing the top lip towards it. And it's very important to move the top lip downwards, because as I do it, and don't do something like this or this, because when I do it, I'm getting both lips together, getting this oval shape for the air to come out, and also keeping the air stream slightly down so I can hit the blowhole. See? So if I did something like, or I wouldn't have the shape, or I would be aiming somewhere else. But when I just go take the upper lip towards the bottom one, then I get the shape and the direction I want. So let's try and blow it. So you might not get that sound. You might be getting something like, or something like that. It's because of all the process that we talked before. If you're here, you're blowing too high up, too straight forward. You need to do more movement with your upper lip. See? Look, the difference from here to here. And if you're here, you need to bring your bottom lip back. Keeping your upper lip on the same place, facing downwards. You see? That's it. That's how we're gonna get our first sound on the head joint on the flute. I'll be back in the next video to talk about some exercise we can do on the head joint in order to work the air direction and the speed before we start assembling the instrument. Okay? See you soon. Happy fluting!